OK, for the past month, James Daley, our financial guru, has been looking at how Dan and Ellie can make savings starting with insurance. What did we learn there?
Yeah, well, there are a few simple things you can do to save money with your insurance. One that's quite effective, actually, is to, instead of paying instalment, pay for it all up front. If you pay monthly, what the insurers will do is typically add on 20 to 40% interest. So if you're paying a large premium, that can add up to quite a lot. And if you don't have the money to pay up front, there are ways to get around it. Get yourself a 0% credit card, and so you can still pay an instalment, but you just don't have to pay that interest that the insurer will charge you.
That's a very good idea. Comparison sites, how do we get on there?
Yeah, comparison sites are great, and they're a really easy way to shop around for insurance. But what a lot of people don't appreciate is that to get the most out of them, you've really got to know how to use them properly.
So you guided Dan and Ellie through the snags?
The adverts are everywhere, and they're clearly working. Around 10 million people use price comparison websites each year in the UK. They're quick, convenient, and can save you money.
Simples!
But once you've entered all your details and got your list of quotes back, don't assume that you've necessarily found the cheapest deals. There are almost always better prices out there. You just need to know how to find them.
Dan and Ellie are keen to save money on their household bills, so I'm going to show them how to avoid all the comparison site traps.
Right, let's try and get your costs down.
Yes, please.
OK.
To demonstrate the pitfalls of comparison sites, we're going to take a look at their car insurance. Dan and Ellie currently pay £466 a year to insure their main car. Let's see what we can get it down to. To start, we enter their details into the 5 leading comparison sites.
Tell me what you notice as we scroll through the different sites here. Any obvious observations? So we've got here Go Compare, £296.27. There's Compare the Market for you. U Switch coming in at £317. Money Supermarket, £328, a bit more expensive. And there's Confused.
The prices seem to vary quite a lot between the different sites.
Yeah, exactly. Some brands just simply aren't on all the comparison sites. So going back over here, when we're looking at Go Compare, you can see that the second cheapest here is Quick Fit, £313.97. Now, over here at Compare the Market, there's no sign of Quick Fit.
So the lesson here is to shop around. You should always visit at least 3 comparison sites. But even then, you still have to look carefully at what you're comparing. Not all policies offer the same options. Some include things like legal protection, a courtesy car, or breakdown cover. But others don't.
So courtesy car is going to be necessary for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Legal cover, do you think that's something you'd want as well?
Definitely something worth having.
OK, great. The cheapest cover that's come up here on U-Switch is from Swift Cover, but it doesn't include the courtesy car, and it doesn't include legal cover. It's costing you £316.98. What we discovered was that they're going to charge you an extra £30 for the legal cover and an extra £25 for the courtesy car. So actually, that's a total of £372. Down here, at Admiral, where you've found a policy that includes everything you're after, we're only looking at £337. So that's a saving of £35 just by not going with the cheapest one, which might have been your initial instinct.
Yeah, I think you automatically go for the cheapest price. You don't realise then that you've got to add all these extra bits on you want.
So you could end up spending a lot more than you needed to.
Yeah.
Another tip is to be as accurate as possible with the information you enter into the sites. Companies use this information to assess your risk, so getting it wrong can mean a big cost difference. Take annual mileage, for example. Dan originally estimated he does 12,000 miles a year. But when he used his MOT certificate to work it out properly, the actual figure was a lot lower.
Yeah, come up halved, so...
Half, 6,000 miles.
I was a bit out, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So we've gone back, we've put those numbers into the computer, and you'll see here on Money Supermarket, originally, the cheapest quote was £328, and now we've got £301. So you've knocked almost 30 quid off there.
As a lower mileage driver, he's a lower risk, so his costs are reduced.
Those are things that that wouldn't even occur to you as you're going through the buying process. But unless you fill out those questionnaires really carefully, it's really easy to end up paying more than you need to.
So, with the comparison sites, you did very well for Dan and Ellie on their car, and for house insurance you did well. What about gas and electricity?
Yeah, we saved them a good amount of money there as well. What we discovered was that Dan and Ellie currently have a prepayment meter, and that is one of the most expensive ways to pay for your energy. So we've requested to get rid of that, get them onto a tariff where they pay by direct debit. That's going to cost them 60 quid initially, but the savings are going to be much more than that in the long run.
We'll find out exactly how much you saved a bit later, but before that, let's talk about some other ways that people can save money.
Yeah, well, a nice easy one is to simply switch your bank account. Yeah. The vast majority of people in the UK have never switched their bank, but actually there's some good deals out there. Some of the banks will actually give you £100 for switching. Others have got cashback deals. Others will give you free travel insurance, better savings rates. And actually, you know, it's not that difficult to do.
One of the reasons people are reluctant to switch is because your direct debits might all go wrong.
Well, last year the banks introduced something called the current account switching scheme,
yeah.
And that puts in place a guarantee that they'll do it all for you in 7 days, and if anything goes wrong, they guarantee to make sure you're not out of pocket for the next 13 months after you've switched. So there's some reassurance there for you.
And any other ways to make us richer?
Well, if you've got any debt left on your credit card after Christmas and you're paying any interest on it, do switch. There are dozens of credit cards out there that don't charge any interest at all if you transfer a balance from another card. You will pay a little fee, typically around 3%, but often you've got 2.5 years to pay back that debt, and that can really make a significant saving.
James, thank you very much. Matt?